When people discuss the most important aspects of life, family is usually near the top. Another top talked about element is money. For some people, they get to enjoy the two combined when their family is very, very rich. So wealthy, in fact, that they actually have more cash than some nations' annual GDP. Today, we're going to see some of these select groups. We found some of the richest families in the world. We'll explore how they made their fortune, and by using the latest database by the International Monetary Fund, we'll see which nation's estimated gross domestic product value they beat. So let's get started. We kick off with the family behind one of the biggest privately owned companies in the United States, the Koch family. Koch Industries was founded in 1940 by Fred Koch. Today, it's led by Charles Koch. The firm is a conglomerate that's involved in many trades, including energy, textiles, and technology. In 2019, the group brought in a revenue of $115 billion. The current top dog of the estimated net worth charts within the family is split between two people. Firstly, Charles, who has a net worth of $47.4 million at the time of writing due to his 42% stake in Koch Industries, while Julia Koch inherited her 42% stake after her husband David's passing in 2019. He was the brother of Charles. As a result, Julia too has an estimated net worth of $47.4 billion. Adding up all the Koch family members' net worths, it comes to $96.5 billion. One of the nations that the Koch family earns more than is Ethiopia. The African country, according to the IMF, has an estimated GDP for 2021.
Good morning, guys.
One of their main exports is coffee, according to the U.S. Foreign Act.
Morning, Jay. How's it going? Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, are we on Law 21? Thank you.
Sorry, I had to find it.
That's all right. Oh, it's already 9. Let me see who's in there.
Good morning, Marissa. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I like your background. You get some new stuff back there.
I actually just moved to the right or to the left. I was over here before with my window, but yeah, so same stuff. I just moved like 45 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah.
I put some little
Alright.
plants in my office too.
Yes, I saw your setup. It looks really dope. Got a lot
Thank
of
you.
space. You got a printer. That's my next step. I need to get a printer.
For sure. I had it and just brought it out here with me. So I bought it whenever I first started. I didn't have the printer.
Yeah, I have a
We're in
printer.
the
It's
21st
just
law
in a
today.
box.
We're at the end. Can't believe it. We got from 1 to 21. Who's been here with me since the first one? Let's go.
That was going to be my question. Who did all 21? Who did all 21? Steven? Marvin? That's right. I thought you guys were here from the beginning. Javon, you were in the first one?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome. So we got a couple graduates today. Don't forget when you started. I don't have a list of, when Marissa's first one that she was in, but whatever your first one that you were in, if you came in at 16, then you want to sit in until we go all the way back around till 16 again, and then you graduated. So we got some graduates today. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So let's go ahead and kick it off and start it. I'm not going to wait around for anybody else to hop on.
The final.
Get that going there.
Somebody asked me one time, said, John,
Mr. Edgar,
why did you write the 21
21.
irrefutable laws of leadership? I said, because there are 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. If there had been 22, I would have written the 22 irrefutable laws of leadership. There's 21. And the last one is the law of legacy. And the law of legacy says a leader's lasting value is measured by succession.
Edgar, can you play the
In fact,
21?
Max Dupree, who wrote a great book called Leadership is
It's
an
not
Art,
sharing on
said
this one. I don't
succession
know if you're
is
playing it over there. We can't hear it on this one.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No, it's you maybe forgot to share it.
What's up, TV?
What up?
Ain't shit, my guy.
There's 21, right? And the last one is the law of legacy. And the law of legacy.
Now it's a white screen.
It's just the TV, Edgar. It's not through the computer, bro.
It's not sharing for some reason. There you go.
There it is.
Succession. In fact, Max Dupree, who wrote a great book called Leadership is an Art, said succession is one of the key responsibilities of leadership. I'm often reminded when I think of the law of legacy of the relay race. I had a coach one time of a very successful track team tell me that when you're doing the relay race and you have 4 runners, he said, John, the race is always won or lost. When the competition is keen and good, the race is always won or lost in the exchange zone. Those few yards where one runner is reaching out to a runner that is running before him, trying to pass on the baton. He said, that's where the race is won or lost. He said, the best coaches spend most time teaching the runners how to hand off the baton. In fact, he said, let me put it this way. Every other part of the race is individual. Every other part of the race is dependent upon a person's skill and speed and ability and giftedness. He said, there's no question about it. But when it comes to the exchange zone, That's when no longer are you running for yourself. You're running for somebody else. And your ability to put them in the best position. He said a good exchange in the exchange zone can give a runner even up to, he said, sometimes up to a second, which can be the deciding difference in a competitive match. He said, John, teaching the runners how to go from one to the other, how to hand off that baton, he said, is absolutely essential. The law of legacy, the law of succession says that you and I need to know how to hand off the baton well to other leaders so that our work, our business, our company, our organization can live way beyond ourselves. In your notes, I write 4 things. Achievement comes when someone is able to do great things for himself or for herself. That's achievement. Success comes when he or she empowers followers to do great things with them. Significant comes when he develops leaders to do great things for him. But legacy comes when he raises his organization to do great things without him. What we're talking about now is leaving a legacy. I'm in my middle 50s, and I can tell you this is more important to me than anything else now. I'm running a decent race. I'm certainly doing my best, giving it my best shot, trying to help other people. I want to continue doing that. Have no desire to ever slow down or quit. I don't even think retirement is a word that I know. But here's what I do know. I'm much more concerned about passing the baton off than I ever had before. I'm spending a lot of time with young leaders. In fact, I love to be around young leaders. I have a Catalyst conference every year in Atlanta that is for leaders under 40. There'll be between 3,000 and 4,000 young leaders here this year. And it's a great time of excitement as I share leadership principles out of my life. And I'm going to talk to them about if they could spend this year I'm going to talk about if they could spend one evening with me, here are the things that I would share with a young leader. Just words of wisdom and advice. Because I really want to pass the baton off well to someone else. In fact, I think there's really only one appropriate way to close not only this law, the law of legacy. I think there's only one way to close the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. So let me just take a moment and set the music stand aside and all the lecture notes. And let me just for, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, let me talk to you about my leadership journey and where I am now, and what I think and what I feel. The first thing I would say to you about my journey is this. I want to make a difference. Now, that's nothing new. I've wanted to make a difference for a long time. In fact, as kind of a young person starting off in life wanting to be successful, back in the 20s, I can honestly say that I would say to you, I want to make a difference. So I worked hard and did everything that I could to make a difference. And to be honest with you, I was making a difference. And that was very good. But then I went into my 30s, and one day I realized that although I was making a difference, I wasn't hitting full stride at all. I wasn't reaching my potential. I wasn't really doing what I knew that perhaps I could do, and I knew that I wasn't idling, but I wasn't hitting full stride. So in my 30s, I went from I want to make a difference to a whole new level. I went to this level. I want to make a difference with people. That's when I began to understand that if I was really going to accomplish a lot, I was going to have to be able to lead people. That's when I began to have a passion for leadership, because all of a sudden I realized if I want to make a difference, I've got to make a difference with people. And the only way that you can make a difference with people is learning how to lead. That began me on my journey of being passionate about learning leadership. Read all the books I could read and still read all the books on leadership. If it's a leadership book, I've bought it, I can guarantee you. If it's got the word leadership on it, I'm reading, I'm learning, I'm still continuing. Because I realized I want to make a difference, but I want to make a difference with people. So I began to, in my 30s, include people in my life. People that I thought could take the journey with me. As I closed my 30s, I thought, I still haven't hit my peak yet. And I want to make a difference in the 20s was good, and I want to make a difference with people in the 30s was good. But what I learned in the 30s was that a lot of the people I had join my team, they weren't helping me. So in my 40s, I went to a whole new level. See, in my 40s, I went from I want to make a difference in my 20s to I want to make a difference with people in my 30s to by the time I got 40, I was saying I want to make a difference with people, hang on now, who want to make a difference. Oh. All of a sudden, I understood the law of the inner circle, and those closest to me will determine the level of my success. And all of a sudden, I said, I'm not out to recruit people. My goal isn't people on my team. My goal is the right people on my team. And there I began to be passionate about selecting the right people and choosing and hiring well and understanding what I needed and who I wanted and having a picture and a profile of a potential leader and bringing people on whose abilities were matched with their passion. And I found that when I started wanting to make a difference with people who wanted to make a difference, everything started compounding in my life. So as I entered my 40s, I thought, hey, I'm doing pretty good. And then I realized as I turned 50, I'm still not there. There's a higher level. There's a higher level than I want to make a difference in my 20s to I want to make a difference with people in my 30s to I want to make a difference with people who want to make a difference in my 40s. You see, when I turned 50, I stepped it up again. You see, now I want to make a difference with people who want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. All of a sudden, I began to ask myself the question, what am I living for? What am I doing this for? What's the return? And you see, that's when you begin to stake your life on things that have greater potential than yourself. That's where I decided that I wanted to add value to people because people are the only appreciable asset in any organization. That's where I began to make decisions and I began to do things that I think perhaps can last beyond me. And the reason that I'm teaching the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership to you is because I truly believe if you'll be a student of these laws, if you'll do more than write in blanks in a notebook, but you'll become a student, and every day you'll learn to lead better, and you'll talk to leaders and listen to leaders, and you'll do leadership stuff. Here's what I believe in you, and here's what I think about you, and here's what I think about our time we've spent together. Oh, the 21 laws of leadership, that's not the end. That's the beginning. And I only want you to learn these laws if you're committed to adding value to people. I only want you to apply these laws if you're committed to handing off the baton to the next generation and letting them go above you. Here's what I know in closing. My time with you is extremely profitable because you're going to take these laws and you're going to learn them and you're going to apply them and you're going to be better at them than I am. And although I may never meet you all personally, it's going to have a huge return. Because as you pour your life into others, as I've tried to pour my life into you, here's what I know. We'll add value to other people. And when we add value to other people, we add value to lives and organizations and communities and families. That's a good bottom line. That's worth me teaching leadership to you. Thank you very much.
All right. Can you guys hear me all right? There we go. So did you guys want to get up and give a standing ovation after that? 21 laws. Well, especially the guys that been here the whole time. You guys did it, man. So first of all, just congratulations again to, I think we have Javon, Dalton, and Steven. Am I correct on that? Do we have anybody else? Marvin? And Marvin. Wow. So you guys on the call here, you're going to be missing these 4 individuals because you guys, you don't have to hop on these anymore. Obviously, you got all 21 rounds, 21 laws in you. Obviously, this is something that I'm on these with you guys, and I've already listened to these at least 2 times a year for the last 12 years. Okay, so this is definitely not the end all be all because you did it one time and you've been through them, you know, and we move slow. I mean, we could have watched 2 a day. They're not that long and got through it in half the time, you know? So, you know, if you guys want to go back through these again and again and again and again, I guarantee you the second time is better than the first time. And the third time is better than the second time. And every time you listen to them, it gets better because you hear stuff that you didn't hear before. And it makes sense more than the first time that you listen to it. I promise. It's almost like a movie that's kind of, you know, there's like some tricks and plot twists and it's like one of those crazy movies that you have to kind of watch like 2 or 3 times before you actually really get it. What's that movie? What'd you say?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's not a movie.
But there's too many episodes to where you learn something new every time you watch it.
That's right. But I'm talking about you got to watch it over and over, the same one over and over, because every time you watch it, and probably Game of Thrones, if you went back and watched it, the whole thing from the beginning to the end, you're probably like, wow, this makes a lot more sense why he's doing this or why she's saying this. Because you know more, it's going to make more sense. So that's just a big piece of advice there is, you know, don't stop, you know, keep listening to these, keep going over them, you know, on your own. And then, you know, when you have some individuals that you have the privilege to be able to lead, this can be something that, you know, you can go back to and use some of this stuff to lead those people. But also when you're trying to develop the leaders around you, okay, which is another book by John Maxwell. It's called Developing the Leader Within You. That's one of his books. And his other book is called Developing the Leaders Around You. Okay. So like he said in here, you know, a leader who develops followers needs to be needed, right? A leader who develops leaders needs to be succeeded. You know, so I say this all the time, like, I need somebody, please, I need somebody to blow my ass out of the water. That's what I want. I want someone to succeed what I have done. I want everybody to. And I firmly feel and I firmly believe that now is the time to do it. Nobody in this company has ever been able to do what I've been able to do. I mean, if so, then you'd have other people that were number 1 RGA 5 times in a row in 7 years, you know, like, so maybe that's, I don't know why I try and like do this like self-evaluation, you know, like, I don't know, like why, and I ask people, I'm like, I should ask more people, like, what do you think it is that like set me aside, or what do you think it is that got me to be, you know, number 1 4 years on stage 4 years in a row with the company? Like, what do you think has gotten, and I don't know, I want to ask people to see what they think. But I honestly think it just goes back to my freaking drive. Like I didn't care about anything else but this. I even told my mom and dad. I mean, they knew. My mom and dad even. It got to a point where my mom would call me and be like, "Hey, we were going to do a birthday party for grandma, but I didn't know when you're going to be around. So, do you think you might be able to make it on Sunday?" And I'd be like, Ma, I don't know. I'd have to be honest with her. I'd have to tell her the answer, and she'd be like, "All right, well, we'll move it to a better day," or she'll be like, "All right, well, you might not be able to make this one." Like that was my life for the first few years. No big deal. I went to college. I didn't go to all my birthday parties. I went to college for 4 years, right? It was my grandma's birthday and I had a football game. Sorry, Graham. What am I going to do? You guys feel me? Like, what are you going to do? So I already did it before, you know? So anyways, I think it was just that just drive and that hunger that I had, that pushed me to just do things that other people weren't willing to do, I guess. So anyways, but when you're developing the leaders around you, this can be a tool you can give to them. So this would be the first thing I would do if I was you. If you had somebody in your corner that you want to develop them to a higher level of a leader so that you guys can grow your business together, I would get this into their hands and have them start listening to this on the side. They could listen to one every day on the way to work. That could be done in 21 days, really. So you could use that. But the last law, let's go around real quick. Last time around the horn here. Has anybody got anything from the last one that we just watched? You want to kind of mention, pull out something that caught your ear, you think was helpful? You have to probably use that over there to unmute people.
I got something, but I seen somebody in the office scooting over there first, so I'll let them go. Is that Dalton?
Yeah. Were you gonna say something, Marvin?
We were just unmuting it.
Yeah, I was unmuting it, but I was gonna say, like, I just thought that was like a really, really good ending to the whole like 21 laws. Like, it really set into motion. You see, like, you were able to hear like about what John Maxwell, why he does the things, and like why it all ties together into like, by creating other leaders, you create like a better society and like a better world. I thought that was an awesome ending. Really just ties everything together. That's all.
Awesome. My goal is for you.
I really like that.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, what I really got from that, it took him like from his 20s to his 30s to his 40s to his 50s to figure this out. And now he's saying, I want to make a difference with people that want to make a difference with other people and want to do something that makes a difference. And I feel like that's huge because like what we do makes a difference with other people, and other people that get into this business want to help other people, and they know that what they're doing is making a difference. And like, I feel like that directly correlates to what we're doing over here. And it just makes it all kind of click. And like, wow, it took this guy 40 years to figure it out. And he's telling us this. So it's just like, kind of take it to heart and just like actually realize what we're doing and who we're doing it for and the reason why we're doing this. So I think that was huge.
Yeah.
God, Javon.
I agree, man. That last phrase that you said, Marvin, was exactly what I was going to talk about. Because like what we do does make a difference, and I thought that was huge. Like just that he also gave us his full circle as to like kind of why he's doing what he's doing and why he creates these different things that allow people to become better leaders themselves. Like now it's like it starts to make sense as to why he does what he does and like why he's so passionate about it. Like, of course, we know that he's smart and he knows how to develop leaders, but I also realize that now he's like giving us his why of why he goes hard and why he's getting up and why he's getting to it every day and getting more people that he can lead. So, I mean, it's also inspirational to see like his why and he's even realizing his why again at like 50 something years old. Like he's renewing himself all the time. So that's also good to see. Even the people that we look up to as high leaders have to spend a lot of time redeveloping and reevaluating themselves just to figure out what their real ultimate goal is at the end of all of this. So that was huge. We're done, baby.
Tommy, I was gonna say, you know, kind of just going off what they just said, it was cool to see someone like John Maxwell, who is, you know, from our eyes, like the highest level of leadership. You know, he's written all these books and achieved all the success, but to hear him, you know, like when he was in his 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, like reaching different levels of leadership and kind of it, you know, just makes you think it's like we're a lot of us are still so young, and you know, we still got long way to go, and it's exciting to hear someone like that say that, because I feel like a lot of people, when they start off in this business, you know, they get out of training, they think they know everything, but obviously it takes years and years to, you know, understand that you don't know everything. There's always something to learn. There's always a higher level to get to, and that it's, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. It's just a process. You just got to fall in love with it and really, you know, just learn and gather all the knowledge you can to just keep reaching that next level and then becoming like the best leader you can possibly be. So, you know, that kind of hit home for me.
Spot on, man. Wow. Dude, that was a good summation there for sure, man. Like yeah, all everything you said was spot on there, man. Like you said, it doesn't happen in a day, it happens daily. You know, when you were talking, I was thinking like, yeah, I think sometimes, you know, people overestimate what they can do in a year, right? And they have these high, like in 1 year, my whole life's gonna change, right? But they'll underestimate what they can do in 5 years. You know, you do 5 years in a row, you're good. And sometimes, you know, just think, you know, people are going to come into this business with problems. Okay. And we are leaders. So guess what we are? We're the solution. Right. And don't shy from the problems. Go into the problems, welcome them, handle them as best as you can to the level that you are at that point. But the reason why I can handle problems the way I can handle them today is because I've been through a shitstorm of problems personally. And I've had to also, I had to make sure I was good, because when I left my house, I had to be good, because when I went to the office, I had 100 people from 13 different offices that all had problems, and they were all bringing them to me. You know, so how am I going to handle their problems if I couldn't handle, you know, my own problems, if my stuff wasn't, you know, in order? But the reason why I'm able to do that today is because I've handled so many different people's problems. I sat there, I listened to them, I worked through them with them together. I've took them and their problems to other people with better experience and handled those situations. And now I know how to handle it next time it comes my way. The only way you know how to handle problems is you got to go through them. You know, you ain't gonna be able to be a professional problem solver living in your mom's basement, you know, being all safe and being protected. You got to go out there and get involved with these problems. You know, if somebody got a problem, hey, come meet with me. Let's figure it out, man. Let's figure it out. I might not have all the answers, but if I don't know, I'll try. I'll find somebody that does. You ever see the movie Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith? Man, one of my favorite movies of all time. Right? He's getting interviewed in that movie, and he shows up to an interview, okay, with paint all over him, you know. And the first thing the guy says to me, he goes, what happened? He's like, oh, I got blah, blah, blah. I told him the story about the paint. He's like, I apologize. And the guy goes, well, what would you say if I told you I hired somebody with paint all over their shirt? And Will Smith's eyes got all watery. She was like, oh, dude, I'm not going to get the job. And he's like, he must have had some really nice pants. And he made the guy laugh. And I thought it was pretty slick and sly, right? But that's not the point. What I'm saying though, is during that interview, right after that, literally right after that, he goes like this. And they all laugh. He goes, let me tell you the type of guy that I am. Okay. If you got a problem, if I don't know the answer, I will find that answer. I will find the answer. You know, and that was his line in the movie, right? So in leadership, that's how we got to be. Like, you got to let your people know, like, you know, that guy, Will Smith, was trying to get hired, right? Listen to this, guys. He was trying to get hired, right? He wanted that guy to hire him, you know? So he wanted that guy to believe in him and put a lot of trust in him. Well, you know, when we hire someone into this company, they also hire us. Like, when you become somebody's leader, and you basically are true, like, you don't have to train somebody if you don't want. You don't have to hire them. That's the cool thing about this job. You guys in leadership, check this out. You are now sitting on the other side of the desk. You are no longer walking around with your briefcase, right? You got your briefcase and you got your resume, right? And you show up to the interview, okay? And they're like, can I see your resume? I'm like, okay, sir, here's my resume. You never got to do that again in your life. Appreciate that, man. That's the real shit right there. Come on, right? In fact, you're the guy sitting on the other side of the desk with your coffee, with your suit, with your Louis Vuitton tie, you know, with your Ferragamo belt on, and you're sitting on the desk right there with your leg crossed, you know. You're like, okay, can I see a copy of your resume? That's you now, right? So, and if you don't like what you see, if you don't like what you smell, if you don't like what you hear, if you don't like the vibes that you're feeling, right? Nice meeting you. We'll give you a call next week if we can find some positions that are available. Or, I don't think this is going to be a great fit right now. Perhaps in the future, if some things change, maybe. No problem. I got another 100 resumes sitting right here. I've been doing this for 12 years. We never run out of resumes. Never, ever. We're never going to run out of resumes, ever. We're never going to run out of candidates. Here's the cool thing. When you look in your resumes, if I bought every resume that was available, that's only 30% of the job market. 30% of people are 30% of people are active candidates. 70% of people are non-active candidates. So people that are out there available to hire, okay, 30% of those people that are available for you to hire right now, 30% of them are active. So they're actually out there trying to get a job. Their resumes are online, you know, they're searching on Craigslist and things of that nature, Indeed. But 70% of the people that are available for you to go out there and hire and build your team with are not on any of that shit because they're too busy working, but they don't want to work there. They want to work somewhere else. You know, like today, I got just a bunch of hits. You know, we get resumes all the time. People send me these resumes on Facebook. One guy was working at Walmart. Well, no wonder he's sending me his resume. He works at Walmart. You know, so that's the cool thing there. So check this out. You hire them, right? They hire you. They hire you, right? And they're hiring you because they want to have the confidence that you are going to help them solve their problems. And if you can't help them solve their problems, you'll make sure you find out someone to help us solve the problems. I've been doing this for a long time, guys, and I haven't had many, maybe any problems that have been brought to us, have been brought to my table, and we haven't come up with a solution. Literally. The problem is when you have a problem and you try and solve it on your own. When you got a doctor right here and you want to solve it when you're not a doctor in problem solving at this point. You're a freshman. Your first year in leadership, you're a freshman in problem solving, you know? Then your second year, you become a sophomore, then a junior of problem solving. Then you're a senior at the University of Problem Solving. You know, then when you graduate, you know, you're a problem solver. You're a professional problem solver at that point. You're a PPS, a professional problem solver. Now we got to run around every day and you know, I guess we don't got to like be looking for problems to solve all the time. You know, if you want to look for problems, you're going to see problems everywhere. There's problems nonstop, you know, but we can't be shying away from problems. And if you keep going with this and you keep engaging in problems, okay, you know, when they come your way and you keep going, let's say 2 more years, 6 years in the problem solving, now you're no longer a professional problem solver. You're a master problem solver because you did 6 years of problem solving in real life business, man. Hands-on experience. They can't teach you this shit nowhere. And leaders are readers. So along the way, we're reading these leadership books. Leaders are readers. So we got to continue to read. But the experiences and the books that we read, the people that we meet with, the problems that we solve, and listen, you might not even be able to help solve it. So you bring it to Vince, and Vince can't solve it. So he brings it to Gio, and Gio can't solve it. So he brings it to me. And I can't solve it. So I bring it to the president of the company. But we got the problem solved. I want you guys to know whatever issue you got going on, and you let your people know that too. We got the solution. No problem. No problemo. You know? So you go 2 more years, now you're 8 years into problem solving, and now you're a doctor of problem solving. Okay? And what we want to do when we solve problems, guys, let me teach you the key to solving problems. Is you want to be able to turn the problem into the solution. If you're good at that, you're going to master life. Flipping things around, spinning things around, spinning the whole situation around. And your agent came in, it was so upset because it was snowing in their territory because you hired someone that lives in North Dakota, and they're upset because it's snowing in their territory, and you know they I don't know, they can't get to their appointments or whatever. Or we got somebody in Chicago and it's snowing really, really, really bad, and they're all looking at it like it's a bad situation. And now if you don't know what to do, you're like, oh shit, they're right, man. What are we gonna do? It's snowing outside. How are we gonna get to our appointments? You know, this and that and another. All we do is sit down and show them how the snow is actually the biggest blessing that could have happened to you right now, because your show ratio has been 30%. Okay. Now, this is an opportunity for you to get out there, and guess where everybody's going to be? They're going to be home. So you don't got to worry about a show ratio. You're going to have a snow ratio, and you're going to have the greatest snow ratio of all time because they're going to be sitting ducks where they got to go. Everybody's going to be home. And you got a truck. What's wrong? Here's the solution. Get some sandbags in the back of that truck and let's get going. My dad used to, in the winter, we used to get a bunch of sandbags and put them in the back of his pickup truck. It was rear wheel drive. It was a stick. It was a blue Ford Ranger. Old school, man. He used to pick us up for baseball practice in the morning. He was, no, my baseball coach never had baseball practice for us. You believe that? Head coach. He was like, what the heck? It sucked. We never had, our team was going to suck really bad. So my dad went on his own, like after like 2 games into the season, and tried to run out a baseball field. Okay. But all the baseball fields are all rented out at this point. It's the middle of baseball season, you know? So the only time he could get was like 7 a.m. at Wind Gap Field. So literally at 6 a.m., we'd have to get up, and none of the parents, because we lived in McKees Rocks in the bottoms, so none of the parents either had cars or they wouldn't get up to take their kids to practice, basically is what a lot of it was. You know, like we had to go pick everybody up. So we would hop in the truck. The Friday we'd go to Mr. Besock's house. Friday night we'd go to Besock's house. We'd pick up all the baseball equipment, load it in the back of my dad's truck. Saturday morning we'd wake up at 6 o'clock, drive through McKees Rocks, pick up all the kids so that we could be on the field from 7 to 8 o'clock so we could get a baseball practice in on Saturday mornings. Right. So anyways, if you can become a spin doctor, okay. So we're professional problem solvers, but I want you to solve a problem to the point where you spin it around, you know, and you turn the reason why not into the reason why too. They're going to look at you like this person is a genius. And they're going to want to continue to bring problems to you, you know? So anyways, it might take you 8 years to finally feel like, wow, bring your problems, man. I got it all. I feel like I can help. I feel like I got all the solutions, man. You know, and by then you've tapped into all your other resources as well. So you already know, you know, who to call for what. So it's pretty cool. All right. Anyways, that's some stuff that just came to my mind when we were talking, when you guys were all talking. And then you guys were talking about how he went 30, 40, 50s, you know, how John Maxwell was talking about that. And then he said, it's the right people. He said he wants to be with find the people that he wants to make a change, and he wants to find people that make a change, and then he wants to find the right people to help them make the change. So our philosophy here when we hire people, okay, the philosophy here when we hire people is we want to hire the right people. We want to hire them the right way. I want to bring them on the right way. You know, like hiring the right people, that's kind of self-explanatory. But hiring them the right way, what I mean by that is I don't want to bring somebody on and tell them, oh yeah, come on, you work 20 hours a week, and you're gonna make like 15 grand a month. Like that's not what we do. Okay. We got to let them know you're gonna have to make 600 phone calls a week, right? It's going to take you about a good 20 hours at least of phone calls, 24 hours of phone calls, another 20 hours of presentations, on a weekly basis, a good solid 40 hours of calling and setting and seeing people on a weekly basis. And then around that, you might have some meetings, might have some additional some paperwork to do, some training here. We do continuing training here as well. It's one of the reasons why people, like it is because they we don't just give you a playbook and say, hey, good luck. We're going to be there with you pretty much every step of the way, kind of holding your hand pretty much. But I let them know, kind of what to expect when they're getting hired. We can't just let them just hire somebody and let them think that they're never going to get told no. I let them know up front, they're going to get told no 2 out of 3 times, like 2 no's for every 1 yes. So you got to be okay with handling rejection. And I asked them, like, how would you handle rejection, Joe? Let's say you had a day where everybody told you no. What would you do? How would you handle that? Like, I want to know this stuff up front, and I want them to know this stuff up front. So hiring them the right way is key. And then the third thing, right? Hire the right people. hire them the right way. And the third thing, this is where we all come in because it takes a village. We got to give them the right training. You got to give them the right training. And I just can't imagine anybody here giving them the wrong training. You know, we should all pretty much be speaking the same language and be on the same page with this stuff. But we have continuing training, training class, you know. What's up, buddy? All right, I'll be in. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. So anyways, I'd like to get all the leaders, you know, up to my house here now that the pool's on and everything. We're looking at potentially like July 3rd, where we can get all the leaders up here for a little get together at the house. So if you guys want to mark your calendar, and if you have anybody that is getting promoted, you know, or they're right about to get promoted, they can come as well. So let everybody know about that. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Got our pool on and everything. So love to have you guys up here. Be awesome.
Filled up?
What's that?
Hot tub filled up?
Yeah, everything's filled up, man.
Okay.
Yeah, both. It's all filled up. So, well, what time is it, guys? I can't see on my phone. What do you guys got? 9 what?
Yeah.
9:45, 9:46.
Okay. All right, good. Hey, we can break. We can end here. All right. If you guys want, I can. Here, I'll show you the pool real quick. If you guys want, if you gotta go, just go. We'll break though. But if anybody wants to see, I'll take us over there. Here's the office. I got the desk coming this week. See the office. Yeah.
Oh, that's coming together. Wow.
Not too bad, huh?
It was like all boxes and everything last time I saw it.
I was up till 2 a.m. one night getting that done. Here's the living room. Boys are out here. Raining. TVs aren't working. The backyard, you can see the rain in the water. But I'll go over to the pool through the bedroom. This bedroom over here off the first floor. Tommy usually has swimming today, but it's canceled because it's raining. See here. Open this thing up.
Wow.
Yeah, there's you could jump off that rock into the deep end. There's a diving board. There's a waterfall that comes into the hot tub. Waterfall on the slide. So this is where we're gonna be, guys. Big party July 4th, man. There's a huge bar over there. And if it's raining, we could just take it inside. Oh, get inside the house here. Pretty cool, huh?
You need one of those GoPro cameras for on the go.
What would I do with a GoPro?
So whenever you're walking around the house, you can have both of your hands free and you'll just have the camera on your forehead. So everything that you see is what everybody else sees.
Oh, I got you.
You need a cameraman for a music video. Forget a GoPro.
Yeah, music video time.
Wants to do a music video. And this is the swimming pool. It's covered. But you can see.
There's an indoor and an outdoor pool.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The cover's on it right here. But I got this thing on 89 degrees right now. Oh yeah, that's warm. It's like a bathtub. And then there's a hot tub right here. Let's see,
Wow.
let's go.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty warm. There we go. Still got to hook it up a little bit, but that's what we got going on, guys. So switch that around.
T, I think you
All
should.
right, hey, this is like 13 grand a month. Okay, so that's 10 years in the game, 10 years in the business. So when you're doing your door knocks and making calls and shit, could be a lot worse. There's people doing way worse stuff for a lot less. And this is already paid for. You know, if you got 22,000 a month, I still got $9,000 left to play around with. My Escalade payment's only $1,200, maybe, yeah, $1,200 for the Escalade. Jess's car payment's like $700. So I paid $1,900 for car payments. Other than that, I'm good. Maserati's paid off.
T, show him the movie theater.
Oh, all right. I mean, it's all the way upstairs.
Best part of the house, bro. So you got to.
I already worked out this morning, man.
That's a good problem to have.
Now I'm not hearing excuses.
Yeah, I try to really like think about where I'm walking in this place because you get lost or you freaking get tired. So here's the movie theater. It's upstairs. They got like shelving here. We're gonna put like, you know, movie decorations and stuff. Got the now playing sign. Clean off the lens a little bit. And then you go into the movie theater, and over here is gonna be snacks. It's gonna be a snack bar.
Better
And
have
over here is the popcorn station right there. And then there's just like this little chill area. So we put a table right here for now. There's a bar, kitchen, type fridge, dishwasher. And then you got the seats over here. There's what, 12 seats? 12 of these crazy recliner things. This thing right here, I don't know if I believe them or not, but because it just sounds too crazy. But the Magnolia guy from Best Buy was here. He was like, oh yeah, I set this whole system up for you guys, you know, a couple years ago. He's like, that thing is a $50,000 projector. And the lens that they put on it is a $30,000 lens.
Wow.
So that's like $80,000 piece right there.
That's crazy.
He's like, the sound system in this thing is damn near $100,000 system. These things right here, they just turned on. It's called Macintosh. You could look them up. Macintosh 7-channel power amplifiers. It's a whole Macintosh system.
That wasn't even including the Predator freaking statues.
There's a speaker right here in the middle of the screen. It's like behind the screen. This has a black screen on the side that like goes wide and closes up like based upon the screen, so it can go wider or smaller, you know, but it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. He was like, this is better than going to the movies. This thing right here. It's like, it's better than at the movies.
Crazy.
So yes, sir. A little quick little tour, guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Come on, man. All right, guys. Well, look, we got a couple more days this month. Let's make it happen. You know, let's close out the month strong. Think big, and let's go hard.
Yes, sir.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tommy.
See you guys.
Thanks, Tommy. See you later.
Everyone.